Welcome to Can Do Greek by GreekPod101.com.
Γεια σε όλους! Είμαι η Χρυσή Παπαδοπούλου. Hi everyone, I'm Χρυσή Παπαδοπούλου. In this lesson, you'll learn how to ask about someone's well-being.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Greek ebook before it's gone.
This is Mark Lee, and he's in the office break room. He greets Christos Halepas, a colleague, and asks, "How are you?"
Τι κάνεις?
Listen to the conversation and focus on the question.
Τι κάνεις?
Καλά είμαι, ευχαριστώ.
Once more with the English translation.
Τι κάνεις?
How are you?
Καλά είμαι, ευχαριστώ.
I'm well, thank you.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Mark asks, "How are you?"
Τι κάνεις?
First is,
Τι,
this literally means what, but it translates as how in this context.
τι, τι,
Next is,
κάνεις,
you do.
κάνεις, κάνεις,
Note,
κάνεις,
is a shortened form of
εσύ κάνεις,
you do. In Greek,
εσύ,
you is usually omitted, as it's understood from context.
κάνεις,
Is from the verb,
κάνω,
the dictionary form of the verb to do.
κάνω,
Altogether,
τι κάνεις,
literally means what you do, but it translates as how are you?
Τι κάνεις?
Note, the question
τι κάνεις,
is for informal situations. For formal situations, simply replace
κάνεις,
with
κάνετε,
the formal form of you do.
τι κάνετε,
How are you? For formal situations.
τι κάνετε,
Remember this variation. You'll see it again later.
Let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how Christos says, "I'm well, thank you"?
Καλά είμαι, ευχαριστώ.
First is
Καλά,
well.
καλά, καλά,
Next is
είμαι,
I am.
είμαι, είμαι,
Note, here
είμαι,
is a shortened form of
εγώ είμαι,
I am. In Greek,
εγώ,
I is usually omitted, as it's understood from context.
είμαι,
Is also the dictionary form of the verb to be.
είμαι,
Last is
ευχαριστώ,
thank you.
ευχαριστώ, ευχαριστώ,
Altogether,
καλά είμαι, ευχαριστώ,
literally means, well, I am. Thank you. But it translates as, I'm well, thank you.
Καλά είμαι, ευχαριστώ.
Another way to ask about well-being is πώς τα πας? How are things going? Πώς τα πας?
First is
Πώς,
how.
πώς, πώς,
Next is
τα,
meaning something like them here. Last is
πας,
meaning something like you go.
πας, πας, πας,
Is from the verb,
πάω,
the dictionary form of the word meaning to go.
πάω,
Altogether,
πώς τα πας?
literally means how them you go, but it translates as how are things going. Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Τι κάνεις?
Καλά είμαι, ευχαριστώ.
Τι κάνεις?
Καλά είμαι, ευχαριστώ. Τι κάνεις?
Είμαι πολύ καλά.
Τι κάνεις?
Είμαι πολύ καλά. Τι κάνετε?
Καλά είμαι.
Τι κάνετε?
Καλά είμαι.
Πώς τα πας?
Καλά είμαι.
Πώς τα πας?
Καλά είμαι.
Τι κάνετε?
Καλά είμαι. Εσείς?
Τι κάνετε?
Καλά είμαι. Εσείς? Did you notice how I added the word εσείς?
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Καλά είμαι. Εσείς?
I'm well. And you? First is,
Καλά είμαι.
I'm well.
Καλά είμαι.
Next is,
Εσείς?
literally you, plural, as in you all. But it's also the formal way to address a single person.
Εσείς? Εσείς?
Altogether,
Καλά είμαι. Εσείς?
literally, I'm well, you, but translates as, I'm well, and you?
Καλά είμαι. Εσείς?
You can use
Εσείς?
to reciprocate the question when someone asks you about your well-being in a formal setting. For example, if someone says,
Τι κάνετε?
you can respond with,
Καλά είμαι. Εσείς?
first, respond to the question, then inquire about the other person's well-being with,
Εσείς?
and you? Note, as
Εσείς?
you is formal, this expression is appropriate for formal situations. For informal situations, use
Εσύ?
and you.
Εσύ?
For example,
Καλά είμαι. Εσύ?
I'm fine, and you, in an informal situation.
Καλά είμαι. Εσύ?
Remember this pattern.
Καλά είμαι. Εσύ?
You'll see it again later. Let's review the new words.
Πολύ καλά.
Very good.
Πολύ καλά. Πολύ καλά. Εσύ?
And you, in informal situations.
Εσύ? Εσύ?
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say how, as in, how are you? Τι. Τι. And do you remember how Mark Lee asks, how are you?
Τι κάνεις?
Τι κάνεις? And how to say, well? Καλά. Καλά. And how to say, I'm well. Καλά είμαι. Καλά είμαι. Do you remember how to say thank you? Ευχαριστώ. Ευχαριστώ. And how Christos says, I'm well, thank you.
Καλά είμαι, ευχαριστώ.
Καλά είμαι. Ευχαριστώ. Do you remember how to say and you in an informal situation? Εσύ. Εσύ. And how to say very good? Πολύ καλά. Πολύ καλά.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Christos, Mark's colleague. Ask Mark, how are you? Using informal Greek. Ready?
Τι κάνεις?
Είμαι πολύ καλά.
Listen again and repeat.
Τι κάνεις? Τι κάνεις?
Let's try another. Imagine you're Karen's teacher, Ana Maria Aslanido, and you're starting class. Ask Karen, how are you? Using formal Greek. Ready?
Τι κάνετε? Καλά είμαι.
Listen again and repeat.
Τι κάνετε? Τι κάνετε?
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Sasha, and you meet your friend at school. Using informal Greek, respond by saying, I'm well, and you? Ready?
Τι κάνεις? Καλά είμαι. Εσύ?
Listen again and repeat.
Καλά είμαι. Εσύ? Καλά είμαι. Εσύ?
This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Now you know how to ask about someone's well-being in Greek. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.